What is up, vibers? Welcome to my channel. That feels like such a weird thing to say. Welcome to my channel, even though that's literally what I'm trying to do. It sometimes feels very unnatural, and probably will for a long time, to be like, hey, welcome to my channel, or hey, what's up, you know? And it's taken a lot of me just pushing through feeling uncomfortable and just continuing to upload and, you know, do the things that I know that I need to do in order to be successful in content creation like this and reach my target audience that I'm trying to reach. And it's hard, and it will be hard probably forever. It's probably always going to feel a little bit awkward, but it's a lot easier than it used to be. And a lot of that has just come with just doing it. Just do it. Just do it. If you guys know that Shia LaBeouf meme, Shia LaBeouf, whatever, you know what I'm talking about. So somebody had asked in my DMs, can you talk about how to start something like this? Because, you know, for somebody that wants to do something like this, like start a channel or has something that they want to talk about that they want to share with others, but they're maybe too nervous, they don't feel like they're confident enough, or they feel like they have to do X, Y, and Z before they start. And I really want to touch on this because I've wanted to do this for a very long time. And it took me a long time to get to a point where I felt like I could. Let me shut my door. Whenever my AC kicks on, it is loud. Also, my room's a mess, but whatever, this is real life, so. I'm not gonna clean it for you. I'll clean it for me later. No, I don't know. The hardest part is just starting. And for somebody who is feeling like, I don't have the confidence, or nobody cares, nobody's gonna care about what I'm talking about, or whatever, cut that out. That's your Karen, or whatever you've decided to name yours. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go watch my video about how I had a horrible day at work. And I talk about my anxiety monster in that video. And everybody who struggles with anxiety knows what I'm talking about. There's a little voice up here that just tells you all kinds of bullshit. And I've named mine Karen. And I think it's very important to name your anxiety monster so that you can be like, hey, shut up. Shut up. And I think that that's really the first step. You're gonna feel uncomfortable. You're gonna feel awkward. You're gonna second guess yourself all the time. If you wanna do something and you have something that you're passionate about, that you wanna talk about, or you wanna share with other people, or even if you don't, even if you just wanna make edits and post them online, or, you know, whatever it is that you wanna do when it comes to content creation like this, do it. I promise you that there's someone out there that's going to be interested in it. A lot of people don't start because they're afraid of what other people are gonna think. Usually people that they know. And my advice is let the haters hate, and the people that support you will come forward. There are always gonna be haters, always, no matter what you do. So it's a damned if you do, damned if you don't type of a situation. So you might as well just do what you want. That's my philosophy. It hasn't always been. I used to care a lot about what other people think, and I still do to some extent. I feel like we all do to some extent. If you say you don't care what other people think at all, you're probably lying. Because I think we all care to some extent. But you gotta push through it. I mean, you're just gonna have to do it anyway. You're gonna have to be like, I'm not gonna be everyone's cup of tea, and that's okay. Because the people that wanna sit at my table are welcome, and they will come. And then just do it. Just talk, map out what you wanna talk about, and then just start. I'm not using anything fancy right now. I'm using my iPhone. I did buy a tripod. It's kind of like this, except for it's a tripod that you can raise and lower. It's from Snap. I can link it below if you want me to, but I got this one for lower. I've got this one that's a little higher. I've got one in my car. And I got the little pop socket thing that goes with it, and I love it. And that was maybe like, I mean, you don't need to get all that crap. You could just literally get a tripod and your iPhone and you're good. Maybe get a couple of microphones and then, you know, roll on. I don't have a microphone right now. I do, but I didn't bring it up here, and I just didn't want to go back downstairs to get it. So I probably should always use the microphone because the audio is better. So you live and you learn. The only way that you're gonna be successful at something is if you do it, and you're gonna fail a bunch. And when you do start, don't expect your channel to get 1 billion views and subscribers right off the bat. People will post a video and they'll be like, oh, I only have, you know, a few hundred views on this video and, you know, 5 subscribers. Like, what's the point? And then they stop. And that's why they don't take off. I mean, if you're gonna stop just because you're not where you want to be yet, You're never gonna get there. You just have to keep going, and really don't worry about the likes, don't worry about the subscribers, don't worry about any of that crap. Worry about making the content that resonates with you in order to connect with your target audience. So you do need to figure out what that is. You need to figure out what your niche is, and then you need to just make content that caters to that. And that's all you need to do. And operate from the framework of, if I've even impacted one person in a positive way through the content that I'm making, great. You know, little goals like that. And then just keep going. I've literally just started. I have maybe 130 subscribers on my YouTube. My Instagram is a little bit bigger because I've had it for longer, but you just have to keep going. You just have to keep going. You never know when you're gonna blow up, really. It could be your 4th video, it could be your 40th video, it could be your 140th video. But if you keep going, you're gonna gain the audience that resonates with your content. So just keep going. There's a lot of things in life that it took me a long time to do because I didn't have the confidence to do it. And I wish I would have done it sooner. I'm a very big believer in the confidence is a fake it until you make it. Fake it until it's real. You strut your stuff down the fucking catwalk till you believe it in yourself. You talk enough about what you're passionate about and be passionate about it and act like you're the boss until you believe it. Because a lot of it is just to fake it till you make it. You act like a badass and then you're gonna become one. Do you know what I'm saying? So my biggest advice to people who are wanting to do something like this but are scared because they're worried about what other people think, or they're worried that they're not gonna have anything that people are gonna care about, shut down that noise. Name your anxiety monster and tell it to shut the fuck up. Okay? Tell it to shut up. That's enough of that. Don't let your anxiety monster run your life, and don't let your anxiety monster put your goals on the back burner. Figure out what your niche is, what you're passionate about, and then just post about it. Eventually people will come that are interested in your content. My main goal is trying to make women feel seen. I want other women to watch my channel or watch my videos and go, oh my God, I'm glad I'm not the only one. Like, oh my God, I'm glad she said it, because I was feeling that way too. And I'm glad to know that other people are feeling this way. That is the goal of my content. So my niche would be motherhood, women, real life experiences in a super real way. What is your niche? Figure out what your niche is, okay? I was talking to a friend of mine that had commented, and she was talking about how she wants to do like horse content because she's got a lot of horses. She's always been very passionate about that. That would be her niche. Somebody who is very into spirituality or something, that would be their niche. Somebody who is really good with numbers or with budgeting, that would be their niche. You know, and your people that are looking for help in that specific area will find you. You just have to be brave enough to do it. And again, just like I was talking about in my part 4 of the separation series, if you haven't already watched it, go ahead and go watch it. But I talk about it might be part 3. I'll figure it out, I'll link it. But my definition of bravery is feeling the fear, being afraid of something, and then just doing it anyway. So feeling the fear of talking to the camera about my life in a real honest way and being afraid of judgment and just doing it anyway. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? If people don't like it, okay. They'll go somewhere else, that's fine. You might get some hate comments online, I will say that. You might get some people who are just hateful. Ignore that noise, it's just noise, you know? Either they're not real people or they are just miserable people, and you just ignore that. You either hide the comment, you block them, or you just move on, because that doesn't matter. You're brave enough to do something like this and they aren't. All they're doing is hiding behind a computer being mean. And we don't care about mean people, okay? So my biggest advice would be to, number 1, name your anxiety monster and then tell it to shut up when it starts feeding you bullshit like that, okay? Again, I've named mine Karen. It's been Karen since the early 2000s. And I just go, hey, Karen, that's enough. That's enough out of you today, Karen. Get out of here, okay? Name your anxiety monster. Reset. Okay, that's my first tip. My second tip is follow the definition of bravery. You want to do something, you're afraid, do it anyway. Feel the fear and do it anyway, okay? Because it's going to be scary. A lot of things in life are going to be scary. A lot of things that are worthwhile in life are going to be scary. And you're going to have to just feel the fear and do it anyway. If you want, I'll be there with you the whole way. I'll hold your hand if you want me to. I'll cheer you on because everybody needs somebody in their corner. I'm happy to be that person because anytime somebody is brave in that way, feeling the fear and doing it anyway, I'm proud because I know that that's hard. So if you want to make content in this way, but you are too scared or you don't feel like you're confident enough, you've named your anxiety monster, tell it to shut the hell up, okay? You want to do something you feel like you're not confident enough, you're going to feel the fear and you're going to do it anyway, okay? And I need you to put that in your back pocket as just a fundamental part of life, okay? And you're going to pull it out every time you feel the fear of doing something you want to do, and then you're going to do it anyway. You're going to feel the fear and you're going to do it anyway. You're going to feel the fear and you're going to do it anyway, all right? When you're trying to figure out what your niche is, what are you passionate? What could you talk for hours about? What could you talk for hours about? That's your niche. And invest a little bit in a nice camera if you don't have an iPhone that has a really good camera. Invest in maybe a tripod, invest in some microphones, and really that's all you need. And just some bravery and just like getting out there and doing it, okay? I love you. I'm proud of you. You can do it. I believe in you. If you have anything else you want me to talk about when it comes to this specific topic, please drop it in the comments. Let me know, because I know that there's a lot of people who are not doing what they want to do because they're scared. And I hope that you can tell your anxiety monster to shut up and just do it anyway. Don't worry about what other people think. Your target audience will find you. And that is not always going to include the people in your town that know you. Sometimes it will. If you're lucky, it'll include a lot of those people. And I've seen that in my experience, and I'm very grateful for that. But you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea, and you're just going to have to be okay with that. I'm a very firm believer in, like, if everybody likes you, then you're not being authentic, okay? Because you're not going to be everyone's cup of tea. If everybody you've ever met likes you, you're not being authentic. Be you, and don't give a shit what other people think about it. Don't worry about them. That's none of your business. What other people think about you is none of your business. You do you, period. Okay? That's my biggest piece of advice. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and subscribe if you haven't. Go back and watch my separation series if that's something that you are looking for help and support in. And stick around because I got a lot of other really cool stuff coming. Love you guys. Bye.